good? Cool. Just so you know whenever you're ready.
Do you want me to state my name first, or just?
Yeah, whoever's speaking, if you could
Okay.
state
As
your
you
first
come
and
up,
last name
okay.
and spell
Okay.
them, please.
Christina Weimink, W-I-E-G-H-M-I-N-K. Christina's with a K. Communications Specialist with Ottawa County Department of Public Health, Public Information Officer. Today on October 29th, the Ottawa County Department of Public Health received information from the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality that the school located in Robison Township, Robison Elementary, has elevated PFAS levels, and they're above the EPA's lifetime health advisory. They come in a total at 144 parts per trillion. EPA's lifetime advisory is 70 parts per trillion. School officials acted immediately, shut off the drinking water, and the Ottawa County Department of Public Health, working with the emergency management in Ottawa County, provided bottled water for the children and staff, so they are supplied with adequate drinking water at this time. We took additional samples today. They are being sent out to the lab, and we will get those results back soon this week. Once we receive those results back, depending on whether or not the levels were confirmed, we will work with state and health officials to move forward on a plan on how we can do further testing and ensure that the children and the residents in our county are drinking safe water. Additional questions from the state or health officials?
Now are the residents in this
Elected
area
officials?
impacted as well? I believe Robinson's on a well, correct?
This school, correct, is on a well. All other schools in the Grand Haven area school district are on the municipality water system, and that has been tested and it's come up as non-detect. So it is this school that we're concerned with their well water.
What about the households? Have they been tested at all along this roadway for the businesses?
No. Not at this point. No, we're waiting for these confirmed results, or whether or not they're come back confirmed, and then we will move forward with the plan on testing other businesses and residents in the area.
Do we know if this school or this district was tested before, and when was that? If you want to step over there, so we can get your sound.
Wasn't supposed to be in the limelight here. Abigail Hendershot, DEQ, Department of Environmental Quality, Remediation Redevelopment Division, Grand Rapids District Office. I'm the district supervisor for the Grand Rapids District Office. At this point, this is the first testing for Ottawa County. This was done as part of the statewide initiative for the municipal water sampling, and the school sampling that was done is being done comprehensively across the state. When we get done, there will be 75% of Michigan's residents drink from municipal water and or from these schools, and so we will cover all of the counties in the state. That we are anticipating that testing will all be done by the end of this year, and we'll be getting those results. Ottawa County was next in line. They were sampled at the end of September, and we are just currently getting the results. So those results were received this morning and shared immediately with school and local health officials so that actions could be taken.
Obviously, it was mentioned that the other schools were tested and everything came out okay. Do we know why this school specifically was impacted? Is there something in the area or something that was previously around that impacted this well water?
That's what we're going to be looking into in the coming days to try to figure that out. We don't have enough information at this point to understand what the source might be, but we are going to be looking through our records as well as the county records, working with local health to try to determine that and taking appropriate actions.
The number, I mean, it's 140 parts per trillion. Is that pretty high than what you had anticipated or expected or you've seen before?
We've seen a wide variety of results in doing both residential and drinking water samples across the state. This is the only school so far in the school testing that has had a combined PFOA and PFOS of above 70 parts per trillion. So this school, when you combine the PFOA and PFOS results, was at 110 parts per trillion. Total PFAS, PFAS, refers to the entire family of compounds, and that was what was at 144.
Good.
Let's hear from the superintendent.
Sure.
Andrew Engel, superintendent. It's INGALL.
So like it's already been said, we were notified shortly before noon today of the result finding, thank you. And immediately took action with Jeff Marcus, our building principal, to cease any consumption or use of the water for drinking, and immediately ensured that we had at least 600 bottles of water coming on site. We had it here within the hour of that notification. We're thankful to all the folks here present. We've been on multiple conference calls throughout the day, learning and understanding from all the short details about what the levels are to the retesting, that we'll have those results on Wednesday, and understanding what the process is going forward. We've had great support, great help. We appreciate all our legislators that are here providing some oversight to ensure that resources are in place, our students are getting taken care of. School is open tomorrow. We have ample drinking water. Nick Bonstell, our emergency manager, has 33,000 bottles of water waiting outside the building for our students and staff to consume. We've got 300 students, about 25 staff that are in this building on a daily basis. So we'll have ample water to ensure we've taken care of everything from food service to how we're going to wash our vegetables, just to be careful and cautious on that.
How many students did you say?
300.
300 students, okay. I mean, is there a message you want to send to the parents out there? They just got the letter today kind of notifying them. If they have any other concerns, is there another way for them to reach out to you guys or get some answers?
Yeah, we've got a special website on our district webpage. If you go to www.ghaps.org, we've got a special news statement that flashes on our webpage. If you click that, it takes the user to a number of links about PFAS, about the impacts, the possibilities. What is it? In what ways might you be affected if you've had some exposure? They are certainly welcome to call Jeff Marcus here at the building, call my office, or reach out to our local public health officials to learn more. If anybody has any concern about their own health or welfare, we'd encourage them to contact local health officials. Us as school officials don't have all the detail on that. School is open, school is safe, we're continuing forward. We can provide a great learning environment. Everybody's worked really hard to make sure that student learning is not interrupted.
You said that school's open. What if parents want to keep their kids at home tomorrow or Wednesday until the retests come back?
It's always a parent right to keep students home. We just ask that they call the office and let us know so that we can have accurate information about what students are in or aren't out of school. We'd encourage them to come. Students are certainly welcome to bring their own water from home if they choose to do so, but again, we have bottled water here, ample supply, restrooms are open. The water is okay for hand washing, so that's not a risk. Abigail can speak more to that specifically if people have questions, but again, read those brochures. We understand there may be some parents that just out of precaution want to do that, and we'll be working to update information as soon as we can when we have those updated test results or what the longer term impact may be here at this school.
And what are the grades served here?
This is young 5s through 4th grade.
I think I may just make a couple comments from the state perspective. So I'm Representative Lilly, L-I-L-L-Y, represent the 89th district here in Ottawa County. You know, from the state's perspective, we are taking PFAS contamination in the state extremely seriously. In our recent state budget, we allocated over $60 million to deal with PFAS contamination in the state, including funding for really 18 dedicated experts to deal with PFAS contamination and PFAS contamination response. Part of the reason that we're doing the testing here that even identified this issue is because the state has been very proactive in ensuring that we have the funding to do that. And so recognizing issues like this give us an opportunity to basically have an intervention, figure out what's going wrong, and figure out how we can fix it. And so that's what we're committed to doing. Going forward, you know, we're going to continue to invest in upgrading our state laboratory testing opportunities, investing in dealing with this contamination. Again, it's very unfortunate that we found this, but it's better that we found it now and not 10 years from now. Congressman, I don't know if you want to talk about this at federal level.
Yeah, I'm going to real quickly. Bill Heising, 2nd District here in West Michigan. And Representative Roger Victory, who is the head of the DEQ, or is on the DEQ subcommittee for the appropriations, and I were discussing sort of where the epicenter has been. And I know, talking to a lot of my colleagues around the country, Michigan is at the forefront, frankly, of what they have been doing, and kudos to the state legislature and the governor's office for identifying this early on. And I'm afraid that we are a harbinger of things to come across the country. We know that DOD, which has been a point source in the past, had come to light a few years ago. We had been starting to work on that. It wasn't until 2016 that the EPA actually put out this LHA, the Lifetime Health Advisory level of 70 parts per trillion. I've been encouraging now the EPA. I just talked to somebody from Region 5 out of Chicago about a week or two ago about the PFAS issue, about making sure that this science is going through. We've discussed potentially using the Great Lakes Restoration Initiative as some source for cleanup funds or some of those things. The problem is that the science has not been completed as of yet to know exactly what that level is. We're encouraging them to continue with that. There was a $60 million appropriation that had happened at the federal level. $10 million of that specifically through CDC going through to identify PFAS and the various issues with that. And I believe there's something like 4,000 compounds within that PFAS family of chemicals. So far, as the DEQ had indicated, the only two that have been given this Lifetime Health Advisory level are the PFOS and the PFOA, and there's certainly going to be work at looking at expanding that as well. So again, kudos to the county folks, the school, and the state for reacting as quickly as they did. We'll, rest assured, we'll be working at the federal level as well to advocate for an expansion of that testing and making sure that we get our arms around this, because as I said, this is not unique to Michigan, and this is not something that has just happened. This has been decades long that has gotten us to this point, and I'm glad we're recognizing it, but I'm afraid that there's going to be much more to come across the country. So I don't know if there's other general questions anybody has that you want to ask.
Congressman Huizenga just mentioned, Christina, that the health effects is something that we're still learning about. Is there anything that we do know that people should know in regards to consuming PFAS or water that is contaminated by PFAS?
The DEQ may be able to answer that more accurately. As far as the health department side, we don't have much information about the long-term health effects. The CDC has been working on research to determine that. We just advise that people obviously stay away from contaminated water, don't consume that, take appropriate health measures, and if you feel like you've been exposed or you have concerns about being exposed, contact your doctor. You want to make sure that you get the right testing. There's specific testing that needs to be done. And then if you have any other additional questions, please go to michigan.gov/PFAS, PFAS response, and that will give you more information. And there's also a hotline there that you can contact the state on testing information. Anybody else have an additional question?
I have one more.
Yes.
Might be more of a DEQ question, but
Sorry, who are you?
I'm Alex with Grand Haven Tribune.
Yep.
So,
Thank you.
have there been remediation efforts throughout the state similar to this, like where it's a well? I don't know if you know anything really about the well, but have wells been remediated before like this?
Yeah, the word you're looking for is mitigated. So in a case where you have an impacted drinking water well, there are a couple of different ways that you can mitigate the risk, because you're not really, remediation implies that you're cleaning it up, really you're removing the risk. And so in the case of a homeowner, if they test and they for some reason have some PFAS in their drinking water, there are what we call point of use filters. They're basically a kitchen sink filter. That are specifically designed and tested and certified for PFAS removal for PFOA and PFOS, and that would be good for up to a concentration of 1,500 parts per trillion. And so people could do a point of use filter. In other situations where you have a bigger facility like a school, you have the ability to potentially do a building-wide same kind of filter where you would use carbon to actually take the PFAS chemicals out of the water, filter it before it's used for drinking water. So those are some options for mitigation. We're still looking into the broader scope of what remediation looks like from the state perspective.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you
guys.
very much.